James here from the Gator Nation Football Podcast, bringing you a film breakdown of Florida's defense versus Texas A&M. This game featured Florida stopping A&M 8 times in a row in the second half. It also featured Florida playing terrible in the first half. We're going to walk through what the film says about what changed that performance for Florida. As always, if you like this content, sub to this channel, follow us on social media, drop us a dono on Patreon where you can support our efforts to bring you this type of content each and every week. And check out our podcast each and every Monday where we bring you in-depth analysis on the Florida Gators. Let's start in the first quarter and work through the entire game.
First play of the game for A&M, and what do we see here for Florida? It's our first look at their defense without Brenton Cox. And what do we find? We don't find a 3-4 look right now. We actually find a 4-down lineman look. Florida's going to play nickel here. But regardless, a 4-down lineman look. I think this look suits Florida's current roster much better, in large part because now you get Big Dez and Dexter playing positions they both should be playing, which are defensive tackle. Now, Florida's going to play 3-4 in this game. I would prefer my defenses to be multiple in general. Play 3-4, play 5-2, play 4-3, whatever. Be multiple front. But I like this start from Florida. We've got Powell essentially playing the spot of Cox in this situation. He's going to get a chance to play a lot. Now, Florida's undersized. You can just see this sort of looking at kind of Princely and Powell in general, and then oversized here with Dexter and Big Dez. But regardless, I like the 4-man line. I think this suits Florida. And right out of the gate, it does suit Florida. Miller's going to come flying through this hole for a chance for a tackle for loss here on A-Chain. And we're going to miss him. And this is unfortunate. Ventrell rarely misses these plays, comes flying through the hole. We're going to miss this. And then Powell, who's in the back end here, is going to get too far up the field this way. You'd hope he was still holding, but in reality, that's just unlucky. And now you've got a track star off to the races. And in reality, it's pretty impressive that Marshall actually runs him down. Again, this guy is one of the faster 100-meter guys in the country. And Marshall, slight angle on him, stays with him, and runs him down. That's impressive. That's impressive by Marshall right there. That's great speed on film against a guy who's known for speed. But unfortunately for Florida, new week, new personnel, same result, humongous play on first down. And the Corps of Cadets, they're not actually in the military. For those of you that don't know, they are not in the military. Although a lot of them choose to go into the military after graduation. Corps of Cadets is fired up. They're waving their towels. They're excited. Big play out of the gate. All right, first and goal now. Again, you've got Cox over here. And by Cox, I mean Powell. You've got Powell stepping up. Let's see what he does. Does his best Brenton Cox impression. Hands on the inside. Guard here, and then let's explode the field. Let's make a read, and boom. Put him down. Tackle for loss. Not bad. Second snap of the game for you, and you've already got a tackle for loss. Nicely done, Powell. Way to step up and fill the shoes there of Cox early on. First and goal. Here's a 3-4 look from Florida. 3-4 look again now. And, in theory, you got Dexter playing defensive end, quote unquote. I just don't think Florida's personnel works really well for a 3-4 due to our linebacker situation especially. But regardless, here we go. We're in it. Fine. You can look at it as a 5-man front if you want to. Either way, Florida's here for it. And once again, something that's plagued Florida is going to plague Florida again. They do a great job of shutting down the inside here, but we don't set any kind of edge. There's no edge set here, right? Trey Dean's on the quarterback, and there's no edge here. Just no edge. No one's there. Walk in the end zone. Woof. Ugly start to this football game for Florida's defense. Second and 2. Clearly A&M watched the Georgia tape because they're going to kind of put their own version of a triangle right here. We saw Georgia just slay Florida with this set. Florida now is going to counter with a lot better pre-snap look. Florida counters with their own triangle, mimicking A&M's. This is nice. I like this start. Here's Powell at the top, going to get handsy over here. This is good stuff. Unfortunately, the rest of Florida's defense is going to play with a backwards mentality. Not really sure what's going on here from Bernie, but this is a toss. I'm not sure why we're backing up. We should be flying in here, right? Which is what Powell's trying to do. Powell's engaging early on. He's engaging, boom, engaging here. Unfortunately, gets chucked aside out of the play. Nice play design there. But now we're on our heels. We're backing up. Now we got a lead blocker here. This is not so promising. Going to get out here with another block here, right? This does not look good on 2nd and 2. And much like we saw against Georgia, that's like a 10-yard layup. So again, a whole week goes by. Everything seems to be looking the same. 3rd down and 10. Florida's going to play some man defense here, which of course you all know I prefer. I'd much rather see Perkins instead of Trevez, although Trevez does a fine job here. He's close. Teams definitely target Trevez. That's no secret now. He gets targeted more than any other Florida defender, and he's going to get targeted right here. Florida's going to bring a nice delayed A-gap pressure. King is the guy who's got, hopefully King's not watching this because his throwing motion is hideous. That is, it's ugly. But you know what? He had a nice game against Florida, and he was shredding Florida early. All that matters is if the ball gets there. So a guy who's got a low completion percentage in his career, especially this season, throws a strike right here. This is a really nice ball. And again, Trevez is on him here. This is going to happen. These are the kind of 3rd down and 10 conversions you want to see your football team give up. Locked up. I would just like to see something different. I think it's pretty clear that Perkins is a much better man defender. So to me, if you're going to play man on 3rd and 10, I really have no idea how you're not playing Perkins over Trevez. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But either way, A&M converts, and it's 1st and goal. All right, 3rd and goal. Things seem to be looking the same for Florida here early on. It's a 3rd down. What's going to happen? Well, now we're going to have a pass off right here. This is going to be Torrance. This is going to be Trevez. Again, you can barely see them. This is the running back. So right now, what happens is they choose to pass this off. So what Torrance is saying is, I'm going to stay on this in-breaking route. I'm going to pass this off to you. That is not going to get communicated to Trevez. Notice Torrance stays here, in-breaking route here. This is Trevez up here. And this is an unguarded running back right here. You got 3 guys guarding 2, 4 guys guarding 2. Look at it that way. And we've got a layup. That's about as easy as it gets. Take a snapshot of that. As easy as it gets. Here's Torrance saying, I thought you were going to pass that off. Didn't pass that junk off. Now we're both going to race and try to make this happen. Here's Miller, frustrated. Come on, man. You can see he's frustrated. Come on, man. This is obvious. We've talked about this a million times. And Florida gets it wrong yet again. Touchdown, A&M. 1st and 10. Again, stop me if you've seen this bunch formation, which UGA shredded Florida with. 1st down and 10. A&M wisely says, I like this formation too. Of course, Jimbo tends to be really good with his running backs and tight ends in his offense in general. And I should say tends to be really good. Was known for being really good, but his offensive production outside of Jameis Winston and his time at Florida State certainly leaves a lot to be desired. We can say that for sure. But on film here, we're going to get some wide open guys, largely because we're going to blow this coverage. Here's Shamar. Here's Fentrell. And we are both going to take the running back out of the backfield, and nobody is going to cover the tight end, which, of course, if you followed these film reviews all season long or you're a Florida fan, that is not going to surprise you. So wide open right here. I think this guy had more catches in the first half than he had all season long. Shocker. So again, more of the same for Florida. Wide open guys, missed easy exchanges. Doesn't look like anything different's happening. 3rd and 3, I've got my wish. Perkins is in. Florida's going to play man. It's everything I like. It's cover 1. I'm all about it. Maybe we're going to bring pressure, then I'd really be about it. All right, we're bringing pressure. Okay, I am in for this. Let's see what happens. A&M is going to do something very nice, something I wish Florida would do. That's run a pick route. We're going to run this route here with the pick route here. Now Perkins is too far away on this. That's going to be an X for execution. He's too far away from this. If he's closer, he's going to get through this faster. Instead, he's going to give him a nice lane. And he is going to take advantage of this and run an actual pick route. He basically hunts down. You can see him adjust his angle and then hits Perkins. So this play is kind of looking dead right now, but he hits Perkins. Perkins has no chance to catch back up, and that's not going to happen. There's Perkins chasing, not going to get there. We got a big 1st down on 3rd down and 3. That's obviously too easy, but I like the call there. Execution not right with Perkins' technique, and then, of course, he does get picked, something I think that could have been called, but regardless, it's a 1st down. After some other easy plays to wide open tight ends, it's 3rd down and 3, and it looks like A&M's probably going to find a way to score again, and in fact, they are, except King is going to miss a wide open throw, something he's known for. Really easy wheel route here. Here's Powell. It's Powell's responsibility. He's going to come too aggressive here with a reroute. Again, you're just going to reroute this guy. You don't need to come in 1,000 miles an hour because you know you have to cover the running back, right? I want to rewind this. This is your responsibility. Along the way here, you do want to give him a little chip, but not so aggressively that now you have turned your body and you are dead. And obviously King sees this right away. Florida has 3-on-2 here. That's a no-go for a quarterback. You're not going to look there anymore. 3-on-2 here. This is good. This is great play design by Florida. This is Florida's all over this play on 3rd down and 3. They're locking down what you want numbers-wise. Now, again, questions should be asked. We're locking stuff down numbers-wise, but check this out. We're still giving up the entire inside of the field here. It's 3rd down and 3, right? Our feet are on the goal line. We can't do anything about this ball. If King's looking here, that's a conversion. So, right idea, 3-on-2, wrong execution, denying an inside release here. You have a safety here, right? You got to be triangling this in within you. Doesn't happen there. So we dodge a bullet there despite having the right numbers. Going to whiff here with execution. This is going to be the easiest throw you can possibly imagine as a quarterback. I mean, this is a layup throw. Just put it on him. He does not put it on him. Florida dodges a bullet, and it winds up giving up only a field goal. But again, so far, start of the second quarter, pretty ugly. Thanks to ESPN's TV broadcast, which is generally quite inferior to CBS's when it comes to camera angles, especially all 22 replays or even just replays in general, you're not going to see Evan Stewart, the true freshman 5-star phenom, do a ridiculously nasty route on Avery Helm. He is going to run a stop, go, stop. Now that takes a lot of time. So A&M's going to address that by rolling out, play action here, roll out to the left, set their lineman back off the line of scrimmage. They know how long this route's going to take. Give himself a window, set his feet, and put this ball in. Again, easy throw here, right? Boom. I mean, that is a lot of separation. I am not dogging Helm here. Stopping a stop, go, stop is nearly impossible if the team gets the time to do it. That's filthy, especially when it's by a very talented and very explosive receiver. This is just going to happen sometimes. If you don't get pressure on that play and you can run a stop, go, stop 20 yards down the field, good luck stopping it. That's just, hey, tip your hat to him, right? Nice play by A&M. Evan Stewart here at the bottom of your screen. He was running hitches on anyone and everyone, and he was open every single time. The only reason that A&M missed was because King missed the throw, and he's going to miss one here. He has Stewart open on this hitch. Here you go. He's open on this hitch right at the sticks. Great route. Creates enough separation to where if this ball's on him, he is going to take a contact hit, but he is also going to get this first down. He cannot reach up and make this grab, and Florida gets a stop. Now, in this case, this is a really good route, really good play. We've seen all season long that Florida gives up hitches at an alarming rate. Other teams know it. A&M certainly knew it as a big part of their play design, but they miss one there. So Florida does get a stop. They get a stop for a touchdown. It becomes a field goal. They get a stop here on 3rd and 11, which could have been a first down. So it's not exactly a shutdown defense, but it is a stop and the first non-point scoring drive of the game for A&M. Something I'm sure the coaches want to see on film, just at a drastically better rate, is the kind of contact Florida's linebackers make. I showed you last week what Georgia does and what it looks like to blow up these power running plays. And right here, you are going to see a very, very simple design by A&M where the lead blocker is going to become their right tackle pulling all the way across the formation. Now, when you see this, if you are Bernie, when you see this, you are an edge defender, but you also have to blow this up. Your job is to come in here and hammer this, right? Because you know his job is to kick you out. Your job is to kick him in. Bernie's going to oblige him. Look at him, standing still, waiting. You can't play linebacker that way. Standing still, waiting. And this guy's just going to battering ram you. Bam. Gone. Get driven out of here. Go to the sideline. Have a seat on the bench. There's nothing you can do about that. Right. Miller on the other hand here. Let's take a look at Ventrell. Here's Ventrell. The handoff is made. He doesn't recognize the handoff's not made. This again is a linebacker. You have to trust your edge defender here. Understandable why he's not trusting the edge defender, but you got to trust if he keeps this, that Princely's got that on lock. You need to be reading. He misses the read. Now he's going to get trapped here. And now we're not in a good situation at all. Block, blowout, right? This is not great. Now the fastest guy in the field's off to the races. Another big first down for A&M. And things still look ugly for Florida's defense. Number 1 again, true freshman Evan Stewart here. The best receiver on the field for either team by far is going to run a disgusting, what I call a whip out or a pivot route, basically a pivot route here to the outside. Just nasty right here. Right there, you're going to see him on your screen. He's going to turn in like he's running this hitch, and then quick feet, snap himself to the out, and I mean, that's just destruction. That's absolute destruction of Jason Marshall, a guy who's been underwhelming on film this season. But, man, that's great stuff from Evan Stewart. First and goal now for A&M. Florida's going to do what they tend to do a lot this season and kind of play a traditional 3-4 on the goal line. Can you do this? Sure. We've talked about this a lot, though. I'd rather have 2 extra guys, at least 1, at least go 4, but I'd like to see even 5 in a look like this. Go cover 0, put 5 guys, put 5 big, strong guys with their hand in the dirt. Low man wins, drive this line of scrimmage to hold it. Then you're going to have, your 4 guys back here that are filling your gaps. Edge defender, gap. Or you can obviously guess if you think they're going to run an inside play, whatever the case may be. But I just don't love this stuff for Florida. It's the odds aren't great you're going to stop a team from here, but I don't love it. Florida gets a ton of penetration here on the play side, which is actually great. A-Chain makes a nice move and then finds his way into the end zone. So touchdown here for A&M. They take the lead heading into the half as Florida would get the ball back, run one play, then basically run the clock out, which I talk about on the offensive video. All right, 3rd and 9 for A&M. This is their first drive of the second half, so they obviously scored a touchdown on their last one. In this game, we have Perkins. Couple nice things going on here from Florida. 3rd down and 9. Pre-snap, Florida is 3-on-2. Florida's 3-on-2. Running back here matched up. I like that pre-snap. Good numbers look. 9 yards is a long way if they want to run it. You got to trust that you can get help in there. Either way, I also like what happens with Perkins. Very nice little wrinkle here. King's reading this out early on. He's got outside leverage. Looks like you might be getting an in route here. And then Perkins, as the ball is snapped, flips. Love it, right? He flips to inside leverage, pushing him to the outside. Reverse that comment, my apologies. But he's going to push him now in here, where we're going to try to wall this off into the safety. Right? We're going to push everything in this little triangle here, keep everything sound. Same thing's going to go on up here. Put all this stuff in between us. And then as this opens up, King reads to the left, sees nothing he likes, comes back to the right. Now we're inside. We're walling off this inside safety help over here. And then you're going to get a vertical route right here, which King is going to throw. And then this is just fantastic stuff by Perkins. I mean, look at him. He maintains his inside leverage. He's all over this route. No chance for a completion. Again, Perkins, I think, puts a lot of good stuff on film each and every week doing this kind of stuff. To me, he should be the every single play star or nickel. And on 3rd down and 9, Florida gets off the field for their first stop of the second half. 2nd down and 8. This is a great run stop play from Florida. Perkins still in the game down here, so slight personnel change in the second half. He's getting a little more playing time than we've seen before. And then up here, you have Jaden Hill. So normal stuff still from Florida. Florida is going to play 4 down linemen right here, so we're not in the 3-4 defense. I think Florida did better when they did this set. 4 down linemen, and you're going to get some really good stuff first from Jaden. He's coming in off the edge. He needs to engage the kick-out blocker. Again, he wants to kick him out if you're Jaden. 2 things you can do. A, blast him. B, move him off the spot and seal this edge. Very, very nice. That's sealed. Now you got Dez pursuing here, but the play is really made with Ventrell Miller making a really quick and solid read. Right here, Ventrell's doing what he should be doing. Play side linebacker. He needs to beat this lineman into this gap, and he does, and therefore he's able to make the play. Powell spins off his defender. Same thing, we close the gap, and that winds up being no gain. Jaden Hill's fired up right here for good reason. He should be fired up. Really, really nice stop from Florida's defense, setting up a 3rd down. All right, 3rd and 7 for A&M. Florida's going to send a creeper here, simulating some pressure here, and then as well as a creeper here with Torrance. So ultimately, you're only going to have 4 go. So we're not blitzing. Only 4 are going to go. We're going to drop back here, underneath, right, underneath. Kind of a cover 2 concept here on this side of the field from Florida. Safety over the top. A&M actually has the right route combo here. They're going an out route and a rail shot. The rail shot would be here if it's a precise throw and the timing is right. And this is actually a good call from Jimbo, but Florida brings the pressure. Princely beats his man and gets in the face of King. Now he's jumping and throwing the football, right? That's just not going to get there. And you can see he almost gets this ball in there. In reality, Marshall's got a shot at a pick. We got a shot at a pick here. This is a nice play by Florida's defense, pressure-wise, and also everything was largely done correctly. Marshall's down here on this man, which he needs to be doing. He's splitting that difference there. They're going to high-low him, which they did. They correctly high-lowed Marshall. He can't be right there, but he's able to effectively guard both and force a good throw. We finally have a safety coming down. Again, it's a soft throw, but he's at least coming down to make a play here. Marshall gets his hand on it, and that winds up being an incomplete pass on 3rd and 7, and Florida gets their second stop of the half. 2nd down and 10 here. Florida's again going to get their coverage confused. You can see Trey Dean giving a signal here, but they're going to get it confused. And A&M is going to run one of my favorite routes as a quarterback is this solo corner route. You're going to stem inside, get head up here with the safety, and if they're running a cover 2, you have that corner. You could also make it an option to run a post route, right? But in this case, stem corner route. Really nice route, one of my favorites. It's run really, really nicely here. You're going to see Marshall's going to pass this off, cover 2 technique. He's going to stay down low on this, except the only problem is that's also what Miller is going to cover. So we've got 2 guys covering a flat running back. That's not right? And that's going to leave Trey Dean head up here in a cover 2 technique, giving up the corner route. That's the route you're going to give up. This is not Trey Dean's fault here in general. This corner route's going to be something you're going to give up. That's the weak spot of the defense right there, and that's an easy conversion. So again, Florida bungles that up regardless. That is a cover 2 beater. It's a nice route. Again, Evan Stewart's just slaying Florida. You can see the value of having top talent. He's running a full route tree. He's getting wide open. Nice play. Nice first down by A&M. And they're trying to get something going here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Florida's going to bring simulated pressure again here. Simulated A-gap pressure. Going to drop back here. Tony loves to do this. Florida's not been successful doing this in large part because they haven't covered well on the back end. First of all, Florida's going to get home with their simulated pressure, so that matters. It's not going to get picked up because one thing with simulated pressure is it's very hard to drop defensive ends who aren't used to it, especially freshmen, and actually cover someone. Now, right now, King looks like he's got this route. He thinks he's also open. That's where he wants to go. He's going to backpedal and think, I got this route right here. Trey Dean comes from here, comes downhill, and is all over that. Makes a really nice play. That's not going to be anywhere. The actual ball would have been here. They had a 2-level dig concept. This would have been open. If Florida doesn't get home, he's going to have one of these guys. But they did get home. And then Florida plays this nicely with Dean playing this ball there. So again, take away the short ball, get in there, see the obvious one. He's under duress. I like that play there by Dean, setting up 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10 here for A&M. Florida, how are we going to defend this? Let's see. Florida's going to wind up playing cover 2 man. Cover 2 man right here. So we're man, safety, man, safety. So playing cover 2 man right here. This is going to be the right route for A&M. Take the matchup. Tight end versus Burney. Of course, Burney is a good cover guy, but in this situation, it's probably your best matchup here. Opens up to it. He has this ball. He has him, right? He has separation. He's at the 1st down. Burney loses his footing. It's a good route. Just can't quite make the catch, but he does have him. So again, 3rd down and 10. Florida's going to get their 3rd stop of the half, right? So part of it is they're in 3rd down and long. I'm not showing you every single play that leads up to it. So Florida's having success on 1st and 2nd down. It's going to make these throws hard, especially in college football. Even if this guy is open, which he was, you're playing man defense. You're making a guy who does not have a high completion percentage have to hit these throws, which is a good strategy. That strategy and tactic pays off right here. Florida gets off the field on 3rd and 10. All right, 3rd and 6 now. Florida again playing man defense. Of course, you know I'm a big fan of that. Again, against the guy who doesn't have a good completion percentage. Let's play man and bring some heat. Here comes the blitz. I would say forget it. Let's play man and bring some heat more on the line of scrimmage here. Let's not even waste this time of making him run from back here, but whatever. We're going to bring the heat. Here comes the 5th man, and this is Evan Stewart, a guy who's basically unguardable by any of Florida's DBs, and he's going to be unguardable here. Just destroys Marshall on this little in route, right? Basic little bring him up the field, get inside leverage. This is high-level stuff. I want to point this out. If you're a receiver, this is high-level stuff. If you're a quarterback, you want your receivers to run your slant routes where you have inside leverage, right? You do not want your receivers to run straight up here and try to run around, which you'll see this mistake all the time. You do not want to run around a defender for a slant route. You want to get inside right here so your quarterback has a comfortable window to make this throw. And as a freshman, this is great stuff by Evan Stewart. Quick burst off the line. Marshall can barely get hands on him. Right now, if you're a QB, you know you have this throw. There's no chance Marshall can do anything about it. Bingo, create separation. This is as easy as it gets here on 3rd down and 6. Dexter, though, has good pressure. King's going to wind up going a little off platform here, and this ball is going to be just fine. It's going to hit him right in the chest, and it looks like it does, except it hits the ref instead. And you can see Stewart's like, hey, man, this is crazy. In high school, that junk never happened. Why is the ref in college getting in my way? But Florida dodges a bullet here on 3rd down and 6. So the previous one we saw was a drop pass. This one was definitely going to be a first down in a 10-point game. But the referee gets in the way, plays great defense. 12th man, we'll take it. That's now the 4th stop for Florida's defense. What you're probably noticing at this point in time is Florida is playing more man defense than we've seen them do in the past. But there's not a lot of things that are different outside of that, per se. It's not like Florida did a bunch of crazy scheme changes. We're not blitzing a whole bunch. We're largely doing a lot of the things that we've done all season long. We are playing a much worse offense that obviously was down several players. But in this case, Florida 4 stops in a row. And we'll see what continues on. 2nd and 10 for A&M. Florida's going to play cover 2 man. Again, more man plays. I'm all for this against teams that struggle against man, which A&M does when they're missing a lot of their guys, when their quarterback's not accurate. It would have been different if their true freshman quarterback was playing. But against this guy, he's not accurate already. Let's make him make tight window throws. So I'm very happy, of course, that Tony and crew chose to play man. I think it paid off. And sometimes this is going to happen in man defense, right? We're bottled up here, safety up here, bottled up there. And right here, unfortunately, we have Trevez. Look, teams target Trevez. We know it. That's good defense by Trevez. He's obviously right there. He's got hands on him right here. That's Moose Muhammad, another really good receiver for A&M, 4-star guy. And that winds up being a first down. But if Perkins is there, does he get the stop? I'd like to think so. Regardless, teams do target Trevez. They hit here on 2nd down and 10, and A&M down 10 is trying to stay in this football game. All right, 1st and 10 for A&M. Florida is going to go with just 2 guys with their hand in the dirt here on 1st and 10. 6-man box. Florida expecting pass here for sure, and A&M's going to run it. So we get caught by surprise. Miller has a shot here. Gets chipped by the center, who's quite athletic here, making a nice play. Coming up with speed, chips Miller out of the way. Now we've got no one touching him. We're getting into the 2nd level. We got a lot of guys blocked way down here. In comes Torrance. He's going to grab some air and miss. There's Helm. He's going to get blocked out of the play. There's Dean, who finally brings him down for another first down. It seems like A&M is starting to get things rolling a bit. 3rd down and 7. You can see Haynes King's numbers here. Not pretty. That's good news for Florida, a team that generally gives up 100% 3rd down conversions. Of course, not really, but they give up quite a bit, right? Ranked dead last in college football practically. Not so in this game. And we're all keeping our streak alive here of not allowing A&M to score in the second half. Let's see what happens. Florida here is going to bring 5, right? We're going to bring 5. Again, always important to count with Florida because they're sneaky with those simulated pressures and creepers. We are going to bring 5, and behind that 5, what are we going to do? We're going to play some more man defense. We got a little man blitz action going on here. Maybe my favorite of all the play calls. If you think a quarterback you're playing against is not accurate enough, man blitz him into oblivion. Set the tone. Trust your guys. Princely here makes a nice move, gets free on the outside, and he is going to, boom, pop King as he's winding up. That's going to be a fumble. Live ball. Scramble. Beanbag flies. There it is. Beanbag's a fumble. We know it's a fumble. Let's get on the bottom of this thing. Let's get this thing. And there it is. Summerall comes out. Waste no time, officials. You don't need to look in here. He's like, man, that was quick. I thought I was going to dig out of this pile. No need. Summerall's got it. He's like, yeah, he's got it. I'm pretty sure that's the football. He's got that. That's hold on. Yep, that's a first down. That's a first down. I'm confident. Let's go. Great stuff by Florida. Getting a turnover there, getting their 5th stop in a row. I bet you did not have that on your bingo card. 2nd and 10. Florida's going to put, look at this. 4 hands in the dirt. Is this man defense that I see? Is this Perkins? And man defense? It is. That's exactly what it is. Is this a blitz with 5 people? It is. Is this a dream world I'm living in? Apparently it is, and it's a dream world too for Powell because here he comes. Free off the edge, boom, got him. King's like, bro, I'm getting hammered back here. I'm going to try to throw this ball away. Right off the face mask of big Dexter there. Dexter's like, I don't know where the ball is, but Bernie's like, don't worry, I know. I'm going to get a pick in every single game I play this season because I am just Johnny on the spot. Here it is, another one for me. Let's go. Big time play for Powell standing in there for Cox. And Florida gets another turnover and their 6th stop. Hopefully that's correct. I think it's the 6th stop, right? 6th stop of the second half. Let's go. Still a 10-point game. These stops are important. 3rd and 10. Florida's got 4 down linemen. I like that. You can't see it, but they got 4 down linemen. Florida's going to play zone. We had to play zone, didn't we? We're going to play some zone right here, and this is actually going to be a nice play. We've talked about needing our safeties to come downhill and read these routes, right? Take these away. We've been so soft on them. Here comes Trey Dean, shot out of a cannon right here. King's going to throw this ball, and Dean is right there. Just misses. 3rd down and 10. That's going to be a first down. But again, these are the kind of first downs you want teams to have to make against you. This is a win for the defense, in my opinion. Yes, it's a conversion, but if in college football you're making teams do that kind of stuff, they're not going to have a lot of success. All right, 1st down and 10. Let's go 4 hands in the dirt here again. Sick of that 3-4 stuff. And let's play some more cover 2 man. You know what? That's been working for us. Let's go old school football, cover 2 man. Not in vogue that much anymore these days. We're going to do it here. We feel comfortable with it. And there's Trevez, a guy we know they want to attack. King's like, all right, Trevez is in. I got this guy. I've been getting him all game. I'll put this ball right here. And then boom. Not a great ball. Also great coverage, though, right? This is really good coverage. Not a good ball, though. Certainly not a good ball. But you're going to count on him not to make a good ball. And look at the coverage here by Florida. I mean, look at this. This is great. This is great stuff. This is what we like to see. Nobody's open. And we have 2 safeties over the top. And then Trevez here, who's not had a great day on film, but also has been close to having a decent day on film, is all there for that one. That's going to be great coverage by him and a stop on 1st down. 3rd down and 10. We saw what happened with that zone play. So you know what? Forget that. Let's not play zone. Let's go cover 2 man. Let's go cover 2 man again. There's your 2 safeties. We're locking up here, cover 2 man. And we're also going to bring, check it out, we're going to bring a creeper. We're going to bring a creeper with a twist. Here comes your creeper with a twist. Sounds like a Dunkin' Donuts flavor or something for Halloween. Creeper with a twist. Here we go. Bam. Princely through the gap. I'm trying to get me a sack. Smart decision here to try to pull up and not lay on him. I mean, you got to be nervous now as a defender. If you even touch a quarterback right now, it's like, please don't call me for a penalty. He's not going to get called here. Let's look at the coverage here. It looks like we have Jaden Hill holding for sure. It's definitely holding. You go with that one. But outside of that, we're covered up here, covered here, locked up here. And again, that's number 1. That's Evan Stewart, right? Locked up here. And then the only little separation that occurs here is kind of that push off at the end. That's not there. And that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down and 10 for A&M here. Their last chance to really probably make noise. We'll see what Florida does. 4 down linemen, 4 hands in the dirt like that. Not going to bring any pressure here. Would have liked to have brought some pressure here. Now, King chooses to read this way first. Florida plays excellent defense on this side. There's nothing there. Had he watched more of these film studies, he probably would have known, since Florida's playing cover 3 here, that you want to target Jason Marshall, because for some inexplicable reason that I still cannot figure out, Jason Marshall plays cover 3 as though his job is to be the deepest man to give up any completion. I don't understand it. He does it again here. This is their tight end, not a guy who's even anywhere near as fast as him, and he's just going to run an out route here, and he's wide open. You're going to see him turn right here. On the all-22, Jason Marshall is actually still backing up. You can see his glove there, but he's going to disappear. He's still backing up. Clean pocket. If King is looking here, he has that throw all day, every day for a wide open, easy conversion. Thankfully, he's not. He's looking down here, where Florida has excellent coverage on a much trickier route combination down here than they do up here, where again, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I see it every single week with Jason Marshall. I do not understand. But he has to roll out to his right. Great pressure here from Powell, right? He's going to make up the speed here, close this down, force this throw on the edge, and that is nowhere near where it needs to be. A 4th down stop, and that is going to be the ball game, essentially, for A&M. It will be the last play that I will show you as well. So Florida's defense in the second half gets 7 stops in a row. What was different per se? Was there anything that was significantly different? Well, we saw that Florida played more man. We saw that Florida brought some pressure, just 5-man pressure, something Florida does. We saw a little bit more Perkins. But in general, in general, I think what we really saw happen here was we saw Florida go up against an opponent that was overmatched, that was missing players, that wasn't very good to begin with, and then Florida stopped becoming their own worst enemy. One benefit of playing man is you can't blow the coverages. You can't blow what you're switching off of. You make a team earn it against you. And Florida was a little bit lucky in some plays, but also that just forced A&M to earn it. And I think that to me was the biggest difference. Of course, the biggest true change we saw was Florida did play a lot more 4-down linemen, which again, I think from the opening of this video suits Florida's defense better. It always has, given the talent we currently have on the roster. I think that did make a difference. But all in all, there was not, as you saw in this film study, any kind of significant, huge difference. There were some slight shifts. Florida did play way more man, as we said. That was the biggest difference along with the 4-down linemen. But it wasn't like it was a wholesale change of things that we've never done before this season. It was largely the players did execute better. A&M was their own worst enemy, and we got a good result. So we will see what happens this week, right? One half of football does not make a defense. Let's see if Florida can continue this kind of play against another team with a poor offense in South Carolina, kind of similar to A&M. Let's see if they can carry this over and keep these stops going. Either way, no matter what happens, I will be here with you next week to break that football game down. I hope you enjoyed this film breakdown, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. I'm James from the Gator Nation Football Podcast.